Today, we are going to use our color sticks to add the reflection to the bubbles. I'm going to start with white, and I'm going to put a curved line close to the edge, almost like a C shape, in the bottom right and the top left-hand corner. You want to make sure that you put this line in the exact same spot for all the bubbles. The line is not going all the way around the bubble, it is just going in a quarter of the bubble, just in the corner of the bubble. Make sure it's a thin line, don't make it too thick of a line. All the bubbles have to start with white. Then you can choose any color you want for your second layer. I'm going to do yellow in a few of the bubbles, and then I can switch and do a different color in some of the other ones. They do not all have to match. But if you use yellow in one side of the bubble, the other side needs to match. The bubble itself needs to match, but the bubble does not need to match the one next to it. The line should be a little bit shorter than the white line. Once all of those are done, I'm going to move on to the third layer. Make sure you place the layers of lines close together. These colors, again, they don't have to be the same as the bubble next to it, but you do want to make sure the bubble itself matches one side to the other. Try not to let those lines extend beyond the previous line. The third line should be the shortest of all the lines as it's curving into the center of the bubble. That looks good. Take your time. Make sure you're working carefully and neatly. You can use a color you've used before. That is perfectly fine. And checking your work to make sure you didn't miss any spots. Once you're all done with your bubbles, set your black paper to the side. Get your purple paper and a stencil for the shape of the octopus's head. On the back of the purple paper, we are going to trace the stencil. Trace around the stencil very carefully and neatly. We are doing this on the back of the purple paper, so that way if we make a mistake, we can erase our pencil lines without messing up the paint texture that is on the front of the paper. I now need to draw 8 tentacles for my octopus. Remember, an octopus has long, curvy tentacles. Don't make them too short. He's not a T-Rex. He does not have little arms. He has long, curving tentacles. You can vary the shapes of the tentacles to create more visual interest in your art. But you do need to make sure that they're long and that you have 8. That looks good. Take your time. Make sure you're working carefully and neatly. Try to draw them about 1 inch wide. Check to make sure they're nice and long. You can measure them against your hand to see if they're long enough. So let's keep going. I need a few more. These tentacles are what's going to create the visual movement in our art. We will be able to show that our octopus is moving in the picture by creating a variety of movement in his tentacles. Let me count and see how many I have. I need 2 more. Again, if you make a mistake, just erase and fix it. That looks good. It's okay if you draw over top of your name. And I'm going to draw 1 more, and then I'm all done with this part of the project. I'm going to put my stuff away, and I'm finished for today.